out as I come through. Busting in your line, cracking helmets in. I bring the pain, so what you gon' do? Stand there and just get shook out ya. So clean out your locker, I'm out to get ya. Cause I just popped ya. You can't take the pressure. You might as well quit cause you just can't last. Madden 2000, put your face in the grass.
Austin Safarian-Jenkins, the first touchdown of Jameis Winston's career.
And your pride in the dirt, so put on a skirt. If you come on the field and don't wanna get hurt, just bruise and beaten, all black and blue. And it's been like that since Madden 92.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. You're back with your host, Mr. Buccaneer Blake himself, coming straight back from Houston. Now, as I'm talking here for these next few moments, I'm going to have the pictures of me out there rolling. I'll have little videos of me going there at the end so you guys can check it out so you see I was there. It was a pretty amazing experience. The stadium looked great. It's not Reliant Stadium anymore. It's a NRG Stadium, and they own that lot. And it was pretty nice experience. Fans were good. Had Spanish heritage. Food was great. City was kind of beat up. I didn't know Houston was that affected with Hurricane Katrina. Mostly you heard about New Orleans, but Houston was pretty affected. And I read like Houston's one of the poorest cities in the United States. I mean, I guess that's stuff I probably should be paying more attention to because it was kind of devastating. I went out to the mall and checked out a couple things. It was a good time. I recommend you going. Go to the Holiday Inn right next to the NRG Stadium. You literally walk from there. You ain't got to worry about parking. It was nice. But first things first, before I start talking about the game, I made some comments about Herman Edwards and his pick of the Texans beating us just because they have J.J. Watt. I was upset about the fact that he just said they were going to win just because they have J.J. Watt, meaning that J.J. Watt didn't play quarterback or any other position. DeAndre Hopkins killed us pretty much on offense with it like 8 receptions, like 128 yards or something like that. Mike Evans had 7 receptions, I think, for 101 yards, but J.J. Watt didn't have any sacks. Either did Jadeveon Clowney, neither did anybody on the defensive line. So for our inexperienced and terrible offensive line that everybody said we had, they gave up no sacks to arguably one of the decentest defensive lines in the league. But the story is yet to tell. It was only week 3. We're 1-2 now. Should have been 2-1, but it is what it is. The buddy of mine that came with me to that, well, first before I get that, I want to apologize for saying that because Herm was right. They won. But it wasn't because of J.J. Watt. Now, before I move on, my buddy Dynamite Darrell came down there or Levante Darrell came down to Houston with me and experienced this. And he noticed the Saturday we got there that there was trailers out there that said AstroTurf. He's like, so they're putting down new turf. So he looked up. He said, yeah, they had the turf. I think they finished installing it that Wednesday. Okay, cool, fine and all. The turf that has the little rubber balls in there that cut up tires and all that. And I think it might have led to the bad field goal plays on both sides, because both teams lost some field goals. A lot of players got hurt. I think Tim Jennings hurt his toe on a freak play, like barely jogging, and he stubbed his toe on the field. And I think a lot of players were playing. Jonathan Banks as well. As a matter of fact, a lot of players were injured that game. I have to go back and take a look at that, but I'm not going to blame the loss on that. I think it played a significant part, maybe with the timing, because there was a couple of routes that Mike Evans and Jameis Winston were off on. I don't know if it was because his feet kept getting caught in the ground and he couldn't break off and get to these balls. Needless to say, like I said, I'm not using that as an excuse. We lost. But they were the better team. They gave Alfred Blue the ball 31 times, and he ran for 120 yards and I think 2 touchdowns or a touchdown, 1 or 2, but when they got up, they just kept pounding, and eventually the defense is going to get tired, and we're going to give up touchdowns and yards and third downs that we should get stops. But you're not going to beat anybody if we can't convert. We only converted 1 for 12 on third downs, I believe. Yes, 1 for 12 on third downs. And a lot of those were just missed opportunities. I mean, we got turnovers. The defense created a turnover. Quan Alexander got his first turnover. We couldn't capitalize on points when we were given to him, especially by the defense. The defense played well. Matter of fact, I'm going to play a game with you guys. Let's just say at this year, we'll just say the Bucks score 21 points each game. We'll just say that, and we'll see what the opponents score. My buddy Deason pointed this out to me last year. He said if we score 21 points in most of these games, I think we win 8 or 9 games, or maybe 10 games, because the defense didn't give up more than 20 points. So I'm gonna play this game again this year. If we score 21 points, besides the Houston game, we're 2-1. Both teams back-to-back weeks only scored 19 points. In this league day and age, if you hold a offense under 20 points, your defense has done its job. Let me say that again. Offenses these days score more than 20 points a game. High-powered offense. It's a passing league now. You just saw today on the Monday night game where Green Bay dismantled a Chiefs team that couldn't move the ball at all. You got to at least score 20 points in this game to win if you got a suffice or average defense. I think we only got 1 sack that game. It was by Henry Melton on a scramble play, which he got lucky because Ryan Mallett almost got across the line of scrimmage, but he gets a credit to the sack. That's 1 sack that Texans didn't have. They didn't have any sacks. They got plenty of pressure, and Winston got away, but it was devastating to get that. Mike Evans didn't get the offensive pass interference call in the end zone when the corner held his arm down. And play in the end zone, I actually have a clip of that he threw to Vincent Jackson. He couldn't get that other foot down. It was devastating. It's just we could not capitalize on opportunities that was given to us. Again, we have a rookie quarterback. We have a young offense. We got to get these together. And one thing I want to push today is that with the new quarterback and a new regime now, things have to be, not, well, we're just going to win to get by. It's got to be, we're used to winning. We got to be like, this is what we do now. It's not we're just going to fight through each game and just get a win with the same old loser mentality, because I believe, me included, into that is kind of what we accept it after all these years. We just take what we win. And I think our team, along with the people that root for this team, should start thinking that, why not us? We finally got something that we've never had for years. We finally drafted a QB in the first round since Vinny Testaverde, but we'll see how that story plays out. We'll just take it game by game. And I know all of us think our team should win every week, but do you honestly believe that they're going to win each week? You get what I'm saying? It's that you believe that you should win each game like everybody believes that we should lose each game. And that's what you honestly believe. And like I said, myself included, we got to change that. And I think that kind of attitude might have pulled us with a win over the Texans yesterday. But like I said, there was a lot of deciding factors in that game. We just couldn't capitalize when we capitalized. You can blame the kicker if you want. You can blame whoever if you want. You're not going to win very many games 1 for 12 on third downs. And you only have, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was 55 yards rushing, 57 yards rushing between both tailbacks out of 20 carries between the two of them. Like I said before, Alfred Blue had 31 carries for 139 yards and a touchdown. But again, like I said, that was mostly because running out the clock. We were just beat up from being on the field too long and couldn't stop them. The defense did their job most of the game. The offense couldn't produce. It is what it is. We move on to next week playing Carolina at home. I'm looking forward to that one. We need to win that one. We need to go 2-2. I break up the season by 4s. 16-game season, so 4-4 brackets. So if we come out with this win, we'll be 2-2 with the quarter of the season, if you want to call it that. If you want to call it 4 quarters. First quarter of the season, you come out 2-2. That's better than most. Hey, at least we're not 0-3 right now, right? We could have been, but we're not. And as the one we let slip away, I think it's going to end up coming and bite us in the ass later on if something turns out in our favor. There's a lot of teams that we play this season that they have significant injuries. Like, for instance, we played the Redskins, They're running with an unproven quarterback. We play the Bears, who just traded away Jared Allen to the Panthers that we play next week. I hope he doesn't get a sack. The Bears don't have a quarterback or an unproven quarterback. We got Jimmy Clausen playing. We got Atlanta. They're undefeated. The Saints are wounded. And the Colts, well, hopefully don't turn around by the end of the season. We got Philadelphia, Dallas, no quarterback or wide receiver. And the Giants, you know how they are, wishy-washy. But my main point today is us as a team has got to capitalize on situations when situations are given to us. Whether it's 3 points, I prefer 7. But if it's a 3 points, 7 points, or whatever it is, and we got to learn to change our mentality about things, because I believe if we keep thinking the way we thinking, we get shitty results. And we got to start changing things in a positive direction. Again, you can't win very many games going 1 for 12. And that pretty much sums it up for me today. Herm Edwards, he was right, but he was wrong. J.J. Watt didn't get any sacks. The offense couldn't move the ball in the defense. I don't know if it was because of us being inconsistent. I don't know, maybe I don't know. Just, we were out of it. Didn't play well on offense at all. And next week we got to do better, because we're playing a 3-0 team at home, and we ain't won a home game since 2011, 2012. Yeah, I think it's 2011. And yeah. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. So, and one more thing. What'd I tell you about Charles Sims? Right before the half, throwing him the screen pass, running it in for 6, and then diving and front flip. I told you, get him the ball. Things happen. When you can't run the ball, you got to create other ways to get your athletes the balls in their hand and get them in open space. And that's just one of the examples. Should have did the same thing with Doug Martin. But I ain't going to sit here and talk your head off. Y'all have a good morning.